Hello and welcome. So this is a bit of a tease. We're soon going to be doing a flip through and comparison of first edition and second edition Frostgrave. But something I wanted to do before then is show you something on Kickstarter currently. It's got about a week left, and it is involved in our Thaw of the Lich Lord campaign. So in this little box, you can see my Dwarven warband. So here are the minis that I used for the Frostgrave, the first part of the campaign for the Thaw of the Lich Lord. And these little dwarves are by Ral Partha Europe. So I'll put some little 360s of these guys in the corner so you can see what they look like in detail. And they've just got some contrast paint and wash on them, and kind of a not quite snowy base, but but these guys have some backup now. So there is a new Kickstarter that's got about a week left of Dwarf Dungeoneers. So Ral Partha Europe has a Dwarf Dungeoneer Kickstarter, and I just wanted to show you guys some of their previous work and kind of encourage you to take a look at it. So before we go to the actual page, let me just show you. So these are another previous dwarf. So I love their dwarves. So here's another previous dwarf. They did Dwarven Pirates. So basically the previous campaigns, they worked really well with Frostgrave warbands. So they did a whole series of magic users, and then they did dwarves, chaos dwarves, and ratkin, like ratmen, and there's some really great stuff. So this is how they come in these plastic bags with the little backs on them. So let me just show you. So they're white metal, and they're let's get some focus here, and they're one piece with minimum. I think this cannon has a little bit of assembly, but there's no assembly, and they are they've got really nice detail on them. So these are all of the pirates. So this includes, yeah, and everyone is named as well. So that helps with your war bands. You don't have to name anything. So yeah, really nice miniatures. Actually, let me get these out of the bag so you can actually see them. I think the bag is hurting some of the detail. And they run really nice Kickstarters so that you actually get a lot of extra. So their stretch goals give you a lot of little extra goodies. Yeah, actually, I think we want to take a look at the primed ones as well. So these were the Dwarven Pirates. And some of these I think are going to become thugs or other. I think my captain might even be in here if we start doing captains for the war bands. But really wonderfully detailed old school white metal miniatures. Nice musket. Or sorry, like a flintlock pistol. He'd make a nice thief. So yeah, really nice detail on these guys. And you get about the base set is usually about 10 miniatures, but they add so much to them. And for repeat support, look at that, a bonus swordsman from a sculpt that I don't think I'd included in the Dwarf Veteran campaign. So really nice support, and they provide you with standard kind of slotted 25mm bases. So that was everything I received for the Dwarven Pirates pledge. Let's take a quick look at their Wizards Conclave. So these guys are primed, so maybe they'll show up a little bit better on camera. But these are some great magic users. So they're primed just with the Wrathbone spray, so a nice kind of off-white, and it grabs the contrast paint nice. So there's a Gandalf-esque fellow. But as you can see, yeah, these show up a little bit better with the primer on them. As you can see, really great detail and really nice, amusing characters. So that's obviously a great, that'd make a great apprentice. So Frostgrave uses a main caster and then an apprentice. And so the clumsy one running behind carrying carrying various things. So all of these would work for the different schools of magic in Frostgrave. A really thematic necromancer. with his rib cage corset there. And I love this one. This is actually one of my very favorites from this this last campaign. Is a mushroom druid. So yeah, really great personality and nice detail in these miniatures. Very good stuff. And so they include things, you'll get little extras like books, and I think the latest one, there's pouches and sacks and things, because they're dungeon explorers to kind of complement their what they're carrying in their gear. So really nice. Yeah, the primer lets you see the detail a lot better. I'm glad I grabbed these. And here's a fellow I think would work. It's a small construct. He's a I think Fantasia-inspired animated broom, but they do include some great personality like that. All right, so let's take a look at the web page, and I can show you what I mean. So here are their previous campaigns. So Dwarf Dungeoneers is the latest, and previous one included Ratmen, Chaos Dwarves, their own paints, Wicked Wonderland, the Wizard Conclave, which I backed, and then this is also the Captain Redbeard's Pirate Dwarves. So the first one that I was interested in was the Dwarf Veteran Warband, because it's specifically a warband. It was specifically laid out to work well for Frostgrave, because there were casters and obvious apprentices, and then thieves and thugs, and then also soldiers. So that was the first one that I backed, and I loved the quality of them, so I kept, every time dwarves showed up, I got on board. So let's take a look at, so this is the current, so we've got 6 days left. This is the current Dwarf Dungeoneers. So you can see the basic 10 that they include, and they've already reached 2 stretch goals. So these are white metal, and here's some close-ups of them, so you can get a little bit better view. So soldiers and dungeon dwellers, I like the melting candle on the helmet, and a torch. So similar. So the design, I like that they keep it very similar, so all of the dwarves match. So each of these Kickstarter dwarves, they match in style and kind of how they're outfitted. So they make good soldiers and explorers. So here's a guy with a lantern and a dagger, and then Bjorn the Barbarian. A thief, and then another just miner. And so here is this is the second stretch goal that they reached. So Master Varric the Magnificent, so another caster, and a lot of personality, a very old school, but not very bearded for a dwarf. So a little bit light on the beard. And here's a painted version of Bjorn that they posted on the page. This is Scruffy Crow, who's on YouTube if you want to see this. And then the thing that's nice about this is if you're getting onto these late, if you're kind of aware of things late, they're offering the figures, the miniatures from their previous campaigns in the sets as add-ons. So things that they've done like the Dungeon Worm, the Goblin Assassins, Goblin Runts, and then the Dwarf Warriors, which are the veterans, the Dwarf Pirate crew, which I showed you in the bags, and then the Ratmen are all available as add-ons. And in addition, so I showed you the kind of the plain standard slotted bases that they give you. They have dungeon tile bases that you can upgrade as an add-on as well. So either squared or the round with the lip kind of Malifaux style. So they have that as a bonus. And here's a good look at here's the Goblin Runts and the Goblin Assassins, as well as the Worm. So shipping, they do warn that shipping may not be as reasonable as it's been in the past, but everyone's kind of running into that. But it's been very good for me in Japan. So these are coming from the UK, and it's been very, very affordable, and they ship anywhere in the world, so there isn't limitations that I've seen so far. So let's take a quick look. So we saw the previous ones, and let's take a look at their website. So here's their main website. So you can individually buy them. They're a bit more expensive per miniature. So here's the Wizard's Conclave that I showed you, the primed versions of those. And at the bottom you can see things like the stack of books and the chest of scrolls that were the upgrades, stretch goals for that campaign. So everything is available from their previous campaigns, as well as a huge amount of really great metal miniatures for some existing and no longer existing games, and just a really good variety of old school metal miniatures. So if it's something you're interested in, I would recommend definitely taking a look. It worked really well for me with what we were doing with Frostgrave, and so I wanted to tell everybody about this and kind of get some interest going. So yeah, they did a nice job. Again, the dwarves are very well done, and they match really well. So here's a quick look at this page again. So I'll put the link for this Kickstarter in the description. So have a look and see if these are the kind of dwarves you're looking for. This is a great company to support. They've been really responsive. Communication is good, and they've got good quality miniatures. Nothing came bent or broken or anything, so everything arrived very safely. And yeah, and as you could see from the 360s there. As you could see from the 360s in the corner there's some nice detail on those, and they paint up really nice, and yeah, look really good on the table. So I didn't mean to tease so much, but here is the here's what I wanted to do, and Frostgrave will be coming soon, so we'll be doing a flip through and comparison of 1st and 2nd edition Frostgrave, as well as continue our campaign. So those will all be live streams, so keep an eye out for those. So if you'd like to be informed of when that happens, please subscribe to the channel. And you can go to upturntable.com for links to everything that we're doing, including the podcast. We've got a lore series for Mutant Chronicles, as well as a fiction series that's Patreon and YouTube member only. And you can find all of that on upturntable.com, as well as on all social media. So we'll be streaming the future Frostgrave both on Twitch and YouTube. So please give this video a like if this was something that you were happy to be informed about, and head over to that Kickstarter with its 6 days left to see if it's something that you want to support. So thanks for watching, and we will be back again soon. Goodbye.